Welcome to Front Page. Well, over the last few weeks, something very interesting has happened. Developers haven't been buying new phones or gaming consoles. They've actually been buying Mac Minis. Not for Apple, not for because of work, but to run an AI. It's actually for something called Clawbot. Yes? Oh, and of course, by the way, it's also just had a name change from Clawbot to MoltBot to Openclaw, and of course, the naming ceremony still continues, which has, of course, happened after a trademark issue, which was marked out by Anthropic, which is ironic because for something that's supposedly going through right now an identity crisis, it is still working fabulously without any anxiety. It is actually an open source AI assistant that doesn't just chat, but lives on your system, remembers you, installs software, runs tasks, and basically behaves like a very silent but very capable digital colleague. People, of course, are starting to call it their first AI employee. Some are running 2 or 3 of them like a little tiny startup. Very, very entrepreneurial, I say. One user, of course, said their Clawbot stopped working for a day and they felt worse than when they had lost a 15-hour gaming save. Another said it hurt more than their last breakup. Well, which clearly tells us why the breakup happened in the first place. Anyway, and the irony is, the creator of Clawbot actually told people to stop buying hardware and just run it on a cheap cloud server. But by then, it was too late. The emotional bond had already been formed. Well, I think you can also sense it like I can. The shift is starting to take place, no? From using AI occasionally to having AI around you all the time. Remembering things, doing things, and slowly becoming part of your digital life. Well, to delve deeper into what's really going on here, I am joined by Siddharth Jindal, our very capable tech journalist who's been tracking the Clawbot trend and a lot more. And of course, he's going to be shedding light on this and he's going to be telling us what's going on in the world of Clawbot. Is it MoltBot? Is it? Welcome to the show.
Thank you, Sudhi. I'll finish your sentence. It is Openclaw right now.
Fair enough. Thank you so much. Pleasure to have you with us on Front Page. So, Siddharth, let's just first start with the fact that why is there so much of excitement around Clawbot? We've all used ChatGPT or Claude. So, what makes this so much more different?
It is different from other products like ChatGPT or Claude in the sense that, first of all, it is open source. And in the tech community, like developers love open source projects. So I myself got to know about Clawbot last week when it suddenly started appearing on my feed where several developers were playing around with it. Today, as we speak, on GitHub, it is already gaining traction. It has over 107K stars and 15K folks. So that speaks for itself, like how much people are loving it. So you asked me like, what is it? So in simple terms, it is an open source AI assistant which can run locally on your servers. Like you gave the example of Apple Mac Mini.
Right.
So you can run locally on your Windows and Linux devices as well. So,
but despite the founder or despite the gentleman, the developer who had who's found Clawbot, him saying that you can run it on very cheap hardware as well. Why is there excitement about buying Mac Minis?
So excitement about buying Mac Minis that like it runs good on that.
Okay.
And it's fast. And the journey of Clawbot or MoltBot in itself is very
Openclaw.
Openclaw, yeah, it itself is very exciting.
Right.
So it was created by a developer, Australian developer Peter Steinberger.
Right.
So like he has worked in the developer space for more than 13 years. So he previously also founded his own startup before building this product.
Nice.
So like he actually came out of sabbatical to build this. So he took retirement and if you read
must be very happy about that decision.
Yeah. So interestingly, his Twitter bio reads, came back out of retirement to mess with AI and make an AI lobster take over the world.
Nice.
So that's why if you see the background, like lobster is the logo of the company as well.
Nice.
Yeah. So he's also the creator of PS PDF Kit, is his old product that also gained quite popularity. Yeah.
Fair enough. But tell me this here, Siddharth. Are you not feeling this, that, you know, there is this almost like a cultural moment which is taking place? You know, a lot of developers are trying to set this up as almost in harmony or in a symphony. all together.
Yeah.
What's that all about? I mean, because again,
Yeah.
it brings us to the point that there have been points in time in the past where
Yeah.
we've had
Yeah.
AI agents work
Yeah.
for us and,
Yeah, yeah.
and do work with them. But why? This is almost like a cultural movement.
See, the culture movement is because like it is changing the way how we interact with agents. So, for in the case of ChatGPT, we were mostly speaking inside ChatGPT.
Yeah.
So the game changes here in the sense that we can talk to agents to our normal messaging apps like WhatsApp, Slack, Telegram. So people like the mission behind this product was that you should be able to control your agents to normal messaging apps. So there are many interesting use cases appearing on social media. For example, one of the Indian engineer is using this product to order Swiggy.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
So and he doesn't need to order it regularly. So the agent remembers his preferences and choices and what time does he likes his chai.
I remember from your article, or I think you and I were discussing this, there was some developer who had actually employed Clawbot for interpreting radio signals, and the bot on its own learned how to interpret emergency signals. So it's quite like enterprising, proactive.
In this case also, like there was an instance where the agent itself started speaking. The user didn't give a prompt for that.
Wow.
So it's self-learning.
Scary, but
it's scary.
Interesting as well.
Yeah, the agent is self-learning as well, and like memory was one of the key bottlenecks for AI agents. In this case, the memory is also good. Like I mentioned, it remembers your choices and preferences, and on the basis of that, it can make an Swiggy order for you on daily basis.
So it's fabulous, which is very interesting. Which is that why a lot of people, there is this trend going on, right? Where everyone seems to be calling it like their first AI employee. I'd mentioned at the top, I mentioned at the top that the fact that it is 2 or 3 agents are being employed together as well, like a tiny startup. I want to ask you, is it just like a catchy phrase, or are we seeing a new emergence of in terms of an era as far as the software era is concerned?
So I'll say it will be too early to say it being an AI employee. So like enterprises are not going to use it as of now because it is in very early stage. Right now, I like to call it a fun product like side project, or maybe an AI assistant which people are playing around with. So as it can connect with multiple APIs and LLMs according to needs of the developer or user. So I wouldn't say it's an AI employee right now, because when we call AI an employee, it will be in industry setup or maybe an office setup.
All right, fair enough.
Where like security and safeguards should be taken care of. Before.
So that means no salary structure for this employee as of right now. No HR policies.
No. It's an AI tool like it's a tool for kids
to just kind of grapple with.
Play around, experiment, maybe develop new use cases. It might open doors for new use cases in future. Like it gives you an idea like what.
It is exciting. So I see where you're talking about this going. Finally, I want to ask you this. It is extremely efficient. We've established that. It's utilizing, it's putting up agents on its own. It's hiring colleagues almost on its own and doing the work. But of course, that brings us to this point, Siddharth. It does throw up, these concerns about, let's say, safety or privacy or data leaks. So how would you like to address that for everyone out there?
So as I mentioned, it is in early stage. The founder himself admits that like the security aspect hasn't been taken care of yet, but he today published a blog in which says e-security will be a key priority for the next steps. So there are very risk associated with it. For Cisco, for instance, published a blog in which says it knows everything about you because it runs locally.
So it can order Swiggy for you, so then
so it can like execute shell commands, and there are threats for prompt injections and API leaking as well. So like people should be careful right now, like how they are using it. And like companies are coming forward as well. For instance, Cloudflare, which is known for its security, also released a new tool called MoltWorker, specifically for
Openclaw.
Openclaw, yes, for Openclaw, where it will take care of the security aspect of it.
Okay. So what is your front page take, Siddharth? I know you're excited about this. Actually, so am I. It seems to be a very new, unique thing that seems to have caught everyone's attention. But what would you like to say in terms of your front page take?
So my front page take will be like I'll want like developers around the world in India to play around with Openclaw and like give us example of how they are using it and what interesting use cases they are landing on. So it will be interesting. Like don't shy away from it, but be careful like what APIs and data you are giving it to it, giving and like come up with new ideas. We'd love to talk about in maybe next episode. Like
sure.
Yeah.
How brilliantly done, Siddharth, that you're going to be part of Front Page again. Well done. I like that. Yes. All right. Well, ladies and gentlemen, that of course is Siddharth Jindal. You've heard his Front Page take. We just like to elaborate a little bit on what Siddharth had mentioned. It definitely feels like we are well moving from using AI to living with AI. And Clawbot or Openclaw or MoltBot might be one of the first tools that makes that future feel very real. Not in a science fiction kind of a way, but in a very practical, everyday kind of a way. Yeah, it is still in its embryonic stage. There are security aspects, so we need to be concerned about that. But it seems like your computer just hired a colleague, and you, my friend, have not been informed about it as yet, which means your computer watches Front Page. Yes, and it thinks AI. So logically, it thinks AI. Yeah.